sailing. So
And do you do the little maps? You give people clues about how to get different things if they're going to travel in different areas and what kind of ports they might want to stop at? And
to a certain extent, I wouldn't call us a guidebook. We do some destination articles. Definitely there are people that do guidebook kind of things better than we do. But I think there's a lot of knowledge about preparation for cruising that we cover. We have regular cruising columnists who are out there. They've been cruising as a family for 8 years or so, and so they send a monthly article telling about what they've learned as world cruisers.
Tell me about what you do when you edit. They send in the articles, and then you make sure that they get printed.
That's correct, yeah. So we really depend on our community to send articles in. Most articles come in unsolicited. And so when an article comes in, as the editor, I read it, I decide whether it's a good fit for the magazine, and one of the rich parts of my job is to go back and forth with the person who wrote the article to try to bring out the best story in the article.
Very nice.
A lot of times that's pretty easy to do.
And then how about the photographs that are in the articles? Do you go out and physically take photographs and have people send them in?
Sometimes the magazine staff takes photographs, but most often, the most often seen photographer in here is a woman named Jan Anderson. She has a business called Jan's Marine Photography, and she's very good to us in submitting really, really high quality photographs for our magazine.
How nice. And then how do people get a hold of you?
So I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. Again, my name is Joe, and so my email is joe@48north.com, so 48north.com. And then you can always read the magazine in hard copy, or you can find it at www.48north.com.
How nice. Well, thank you for being on my show. This is Public Interest Issue Show.
All right, thanks very much.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks for stopping by.
So we're in the middle of the boat show, and they have all sorts of things for boaters. They have banks, they have submersives, they have dinghies, they have everything for a boater. And they have flat boats, and they have sailboats, and they have power boats. They just have everything here at the boat show. So we're going to go on to Lake Union, where they have power boats and sailboats in the water. Hi.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, I'm Peter Arpag. I'm the brand manager for Aquaglide. Welcome to Seattle Boat Show 2015. Let me tell you a little bit about our company. Aquaglide makes all kinds of inflatable water sports products, everything from large commercial climbing stations and slides to stand-up paddle boards and kayaks. I'm just going to show you a couple of those products today. If you want to find out more about our products, you can find us at aquaglide.com.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, now walk me around.
Okay. You ready? Yeah. Okay. So in our booth, we've got several products, including stand-up paddle boards. These are stand-up paddle boards here, and stand-up paddle boards are great. It's a little bit like cross-country. Stand-up paddleboarding is great. It's a little bit like cross-country skiing on the water. This is a stand-up paddleboard, and the paddler normally stands right in the middle of the board with a paddle in hand, and just a couple light paddle strokes, and you're gliding across the water. It's really, really fun. These boards here are actually made out of fiberglass and epoxy. And we have some boards on the other side that are inflatable stand-up paddle boards.
Wow, these are really wonderful.
You're going to slice this up a little bit, right? So these are inflatable stand-up paddle boards, which are really convenient for boat owners or anybody that doesn't want to carry a board on a roof rack, or if you might have storage solutions. Stand-up inflatable paddle boards actually use a very high-tech material in their construction. What's most important about a stand-up inflatable SUP is that the board is stiff. Okay, now let me show you a couple things about our kayak range. We started with essentially an inflatable stand-up paddleboard and built a kayak around it. So we end up with an inflatable kayak that is very, very stiff, and yet it's compact. So I'm going to show you a couple types of paddles here. This is a paddle for stand-up paddleboarding. It has a paddle blade on one end and a handle on the other end. So this is for standing up on the board and paddling. And to change sides, you switch hands. With a kayak paddle, it's a little bit different. Kayak paddles have a paddle blade at both ends. And so the user doesn't have to switch hands. You paddle back and forth this way. And this paddle is very unique in that it's adjustable for different types of users and different types of conditions. You can adjust the paddle and clip it in right where you want it. And that's something that's very unique to Aquaglide. So once again, to reach us, you can find us online at aquaglide.com, and you can find a brochure. Let me show you a couple pages in the brochure. This is our kayak brochure, for instance. This shows our entire kayak range, and if you want to find out some more specifics about the boats themselves, you can find about the paddling attributes and the type of construction and what each boat was designed for. Okay, so once again, I'm Peter Arpag, brand manager for Aquaglide. Here's my business card. Please let me know if you have any questions. Janet, thanks so much for coming to the Seattle Boat Show.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
So do I go? Okay. Yeah, hi, this is the free shuttle from Lake Union to CenturyLink. I might have to do that again. I'm with Puget Sound Coach Lines, and we're doing a free shuttle between Lake Union and CenturyLink Field for the boat show.
We just got here to CenturyLink and we're heading over to Lake Union for the rest of the boat show.
Thank you. Thanks for being on my show.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
So this bus is full, and we're all going to Lake Union to the boat show.
I did say that.
So I better sit down. We're here with Devin. And so, how long have you been reading that?
30 years or so, however long it's been published.
How nice. And why do you